When you entered the offices for the taking of the statement,
Toe u die kantore betree vir die bekoming van daardie verklaring,
you testify that you were in pain.
dit is die getuienis dat u onder pyn gewees het.
Correct, my lord.
And when we watch the video, we've seen you when you entered the room that you were in pain.
En wanneer 'n mens na die beeldmateriaal kyk, merk een op dat is onder pyn.
Is that correct?
Correct, my lord.
The question is disallowed, although it was answered because it's not re-examination.
Thank you, my lord. Mr.
Dankie
Van Ryn,
edele meneer Van Ryn.
while you were taking your statement, were you comfortable? While Captain Sikwi was taking your statement,
The question is disallowed, it's not re-examination.
Hierdie vraag word nie
And the
toegelaat
question
nie.
was asked in cross-examination and the witness answered.
Dit is nie ondervraging nie. Hierdie vraag is vroeër aan kruisondervraging gevra en hierdie getuie daarop geantwoord. Derhalwe word hierdie vraag
with due
afgeskiet.
respect before this honorable court, I have a right of re-examination on cross-examination.
Yes. Yes, you have.
And this was put on cross-examination. Hence, I'm re-examining him on it.
I've made an order, the question was disallowed, and I gave the reasons.
Ek het beslis en hierdie vraag word afgeskiet en ek het die redes daarvoor gegee.
I have no questions for
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Van Ryn. You may go back.
Dankie meneer Van Ryn. Keer terug na u.
You may call the witness.
Yesterday was a Judge Nathan versus Mkhabayi, and let me tell you something, it was not looking good for Mkhabayi. And one thing that stands out to me after watching this clip is she literally asked a question, excuse me, she literally asked a question and the judge says, I disallow it. She asked another question and the judge said, I disallow it. And then she came for the judge to say, no, 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 no. You can't keep disallowing every question I ask. I have the right of cross-examination. I have the right of re-examination on cross-examination. And the judge says, I've made an order. The question was disallowed, and I have explained the reasons why. AKA, I'm not going to say it again. I said what I said. Now, that's the thing with Judge Nathan. It's very hard to disrespect him. And he just doesn't say things, haphazardly. He says his ruling, he explains why. And it's up to you, the counsel, the lawyer, the defense attorney, to adjust and make shift. And again, I stand with what I said yesterday, that I don't think Mkhabayi was prepared. I don't think she was prepared enough. And this is a lesson for Steffi. This is a lesson for Steffi. Give counsel instructions. Write down notes. What we want to see as of next week, Tuesday, I think they're going back. Make sure you have that pen and paper that the judge told you to have. The judge gave you the hint and you ignored him. And the judge said, well, I asked. They didn't do it. Now they're going to pay the price. Is Judge Nathan petty? No, I don't think so. And do you know what? In the previous video, thank you to everybody for supporting the previous video. I absolutely love that you guys are watching. Again, my first JOSHLIN Smith video at the time of JOSHLIN's disappearance got me about 200 views. And I said, I'm still not going to stop. I will still post because JOSHLIN's story is a huge story. Little did I know it would lead us to Judge Nathan, who there is not a single comment in my previous video with over 230 comments. Not a single comment is against Judge Nathan's judgment because In true Judge Nathan style, he makes a ruling and he explains why. He makes a ruling, he explains why, and his explanation of why those statements, because he says he won't call them confessions, doesn't want to influence the case, those statements are admissible, and he explains why. And no one, not a single person in the comment section said, I disagree with Judge Nathan, he's talking crap, blah, 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 blah. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And I find that so admirable. Instead, what is mainly in the comment section, you see here in this clip, Judge Nathan is in a mask, N3 mask, meaning, not even meaning, he's not feeling well. We've seen this throughout the trial. Throughout the trial, within the trial, Judge Nathan fell sick. He didn't stop to get well. No, no, no. The show continues, okay? And then, literally yesterday, he's like, I really need to take a break. I'm going to take an adjournment. I need to go outside to breathe. I'm struggling to breathe. And then he says, court adjourned. And then he says, no, 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 no. I got to meet my goal. I got to meet my goal. Let's push on. He worked through it all. And that is why he told the two accused the storm is coming. This was child's play. There's a storm ahead. Prepare. I believe Mkhabayi was not prepared. In the next clip, you're going to see how disappointing it is when her witness doesn't show up and how she addresses the judge. And then you will see the judge again explain to her why it is unacceptable what happened in chambers, because he's not the kind of guy who does things behind closed doors. It has to be done on record. And now he says, call the officer to the stand, swear him in, and tell me what you two wanted to tell me. And in true Mkhabayi style, we've seen this here in the first clip. We've seen that Mkhabayi is emotional. She lets her emotions get ahead of her. This is not a job where your emotions are at play, Mkhabayi. You've got to put your emotions in check, because somebody's life, they could be sentenced to life because of your emotions, your lack of ability to put your emotions in check and do the job at hand, which is defend your client. You are a defense attorney or a defense advocate in a criminal trial in the High Court. I personally expect better from Mkhabayi. This, for me, is unacceptable. If I was her client, my hand would have gone all the way up and given her instructions, because this is not about you. This is not about your feelings. Your feelings are hurt. Get over it. Get the job done. But, of course, I want to hear your thoughts on that. I want to read to you this comment. And I think it represents many comments. And this is to Judge Nathan. Let me just find it. Here's the comment. There's so many of these, but I screenshotted this one because I wanted to read it out to my Lord, just in case my Lord follows and watches, because I think you guys did an amazing job of just giving him his flowers. Continue to do so. And I think that this is a thankless job that they're doing. And I think that we continue to lift him up, because this man worked through his condition. So it says, I would love to have Judge Nathan Erasmus as a judge in Namibia, please. May you and your family have a wonderful, blessed Easter egg weekend. May God's protected hands always be with you every hour of your life, and may his light shine upon you always. There's also messages as well that have well wishes for him to use the Easter break to get well soon. And I concur. I concur. I hope my Lord comes back stronger, because we all know he's definitely a wise man. And we need him back on this case to get to the bottom of what exactly happened to JOSHLIN. Where is JOSHLIN? I'm going to pause here. Let's go ahead and watch Mkhabayi and the judge. Mkhabayi versus the judge part 2. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to title this video. And then, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below as well.
My Lord?
You may call the witness.
I cannot call the witness. The witness was present in court yesterday. Today, I am advised by the officer that the witness is sick. The witness has a gum and it was extracted.
Was the witness subpoenaed, or did you take up my offer of ensuring that the witness is present? Otherwise, I could have authorized a warrant for the witness if the witness didn't appear, or I could have secured the witness's presence. I made that request a few times, including yesterday.
My Lord, I didn't foresee the need of that because the witness was available. On last 2 occasions, he was available in court.
Well, there was an attempt in chambers to present evidence to me, and I refused to engage counsel on that in chambers, where both of the prosecutors, yourself and Mr. Harmse, attended. That was part of the delay. Now, and I indicated that I will not entertain issues in chambers, and if you want to present evidence as to why the witness is not here, feel free. Because you brought a witness to me, one of the police officers. And I said, well, you feel free to call him. Let him tell me about this witness.
My Lord, I didn't bring the officer to chambers for him to give evidence. I brought him for him to explain to court the predicament I am in.
The point is, Ms. Mkhabayi, this is a public court. I engage with counsel in chambers on issues, and we don't deal with evidence in chambers. You would have seen that I was irritated because I was presented now with a person who wants to give me information, and he started talking. He's sitting there, the warrant officer. And then I said, well, whatever he wants to tell me, let him take the stand. I'll swear him in, and he can say it to me on record. Are you going to call the witness, yes or no?
My Lord, I leave this in the hands of the court. I
I'm sorry?
apologize for bringing the officer in chambers. As far as calling him as a witness, I'm leaving this in the hands of the court, my Lord.
I can't hear you.
I'm leaving that in the hands of the court.
No, it's your choice.
I'm not calling him as a witness, my
Thank
Lord.
you. Is that in the case for accused number 2?
Yes, my Lord.
Thank you. Right. I told the parties in the week of how I'm going to deal with the argument.